Hello there, you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, for the quarter-hour news update at 5. We begin with our top stories. The Sarawak government is set to ink a strategic partnership with the Swedish government in managing waste-to-energy or WTE system in the state. Sarawak Premier Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg noted that Sarawak is keen on emulating Sweden's advanced WTE system, which has been proven to be more efficient than other European countries.
WTE is the process of generating energy in the form of electricity and/or heat from the primary treatment of waste or the processing of waste into a fuel source. Abang Johari said it was time for Sarawak to strengthen its solid management system through WTE to ensure the well-being of its people in the future. Additionally, the Premier had also expressed his interest in Sweden's cross-border power grid, which allows the country to export electricity to neighboring countries such as Denmark, Norway, Finland and Poland. A similar scenario he envisioned for Sarawak in the near future by exporting electricity to Kalimantan, Indonesia. Earlier, Abang Johari also paid a courtesy call on Sweden's Minister of Trade and Development, Johan Forssell.
Sarawak Premier Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg is currently on his first day in Norway as part of his week-long official work trip to Europe. And today he will be visiting the Northern Lights Carbon Capture and Storage Facility (CCS) along the Norwegian coast, together with his delegates, Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awangtinga Ali Hassan and State Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki. For details on the visit, our reporter Amira Shawel is joining us all the way from Bergen, Norway. Go ahead, Amira.
Thank you, Douglas. I'm currently, we are on our way to the first facility, carbon capture facility in Øygarden, but we're still here in Bergen, Norway, where Abang Johari today is scheduled to visit the carbon capture and storage CCS facility, the Northern Lights facility, and it'll be an hour trip to the facility, and which is located at the premises of Energy Parken industrial area in the municipality of Øygarden in Western Norway. And a little bit about this Northern Lights CCS facility is that it is the first ever cross-border open-source carbon dioxide transport and storage infrastructure network in the world. And I think that is why Sarawak and of course Abang Johari is very interested to visit to see the technology that was used by this facility in CCS. And of course Sarawak is also going to embark in the CCS industry soon. And then in phase 1, the Northern Lights facility will be completed in 2024, and then the capacity of capturing carbon dioxide will be 1.5 million tons per year. And then for information, this facility enables mitigation of industrial process emissions, accelerate the decarbonization of the European industries, and then facilitate the removal of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. And after visiting the Northern Lights, the delegates will then go to Technology Center Mongsat, and we will be bringing you more updates on the visit today at Astro TVS 122 and our website, of course, tvstv.my, for more updates on Premier's visit in Norway. I am Amira Shawel with my partner Muhammad Rafiq here in Bergen, Norway. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Amira, with the updates from Norway. Now back home, a temporary road closure and diversions in the Isthmus area were announced earlier on Tuesday to make way for the prototype Autonomous Rapid Transit or ART engineering run. And today, the prototype unit is making its first trial run. And joining us from location, we have Cheryl Shaminato with the details. Cheryl, what do you have for us?
Right, thank you, Douglas, from the studio. I am currently at the Isthmus Road compound as I am fortunate enough to spectate the momentous occasion today. The first prototype hydrogen-powered autonomous rapid transit ART in varieties of blue is making its first trial run today. Now, right now, the ART prototype is on its first trial run around the Borneo Convention Center, BCCK Kuching compound, passing by the LCD 48 Tower SEB building in this route for a few rounds on its test. As you can pan closer, you can see the hydrogen-powered ART is donned in varieties of blue. Now, interestingly, Douglas, the emergency response team came as early as 12 p.m. noon to set up the cones, right, to safeguard the areas, and also locals as well as shop operators. They have gathered here, quite a number of them, as they embark on this journey to spectate the first trial run. The locals are excited to know what it looks like, how it runs like. It's operated by two drivers, one in the front of the ART and one behind, and they will be making a few rounds today until the end. Right, and the embarking trail also, the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Padigi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, will also be testing the ART next month by September. Now, this will be a major milestone for the Kuching Urban Transportation System, or KUTS project, and also I believe that this would change the whole landscape of the Kuching city in the future. Now, for your information also, Douglas, the engineering run for world's first prototype hydrogen-powered ART Smart Tram is set to commence at the Isthmus Road as well here from September 4 until October 31, as the engineering run is to identify any potential issues before the start of the proof of concept POC exercise in Samarahan in November. However, the trial run today will be till September 2, and the public are reminded as well of the road closures so that they can plan ahead of those living in the affected areas. Right, that's all I can share with you, Douglas. With more details as well, be sure to stay tuned on TVS's official website at tvstv.my and also all our official social media platforms. Here with me, Shal Shameto, and videographer Fikri Raza for TVS Kuching.
Thank you, Cheryl. In other development, two Sarawakian mixed martial arts MMA fighters have left an indelible impression at the first ASEAN Mixed Martial Arts Championship held in Bangkok, Thailand recently by securing silver in the women's 69-kilogram category and a bronze medal in the men's 65-kilogram category. The brilliant performances also marked the debut for proud Kuching natives Pang Zi Teng and Teo Zi Hao in their first ever international outing.
Additionally, the 21-year-olds were the only Malaysian representatives in the competition held from August 18th to 20th.
My first MMA competition, and I feel great. So it's a great experience to have a fight like this one, the opportunities. Thanks so much to my coach, Coach Kai, and giving me this opportunity to attend this competition. There's more competition ahead of us, so it's going to do more and better in those MMA competitions.
With this encouraging achievement, both Zi Teng and Zi Hao aim to deliver gold medals at next year's edition of Asian Mixed Martial Arts Championship.
Like our gyms, we train for MMA, but in Sarawak, in Malaysia, there's mostly the fights held in Malaysia. There's more Muay Thai, boxing. There's not so much MMA fights in Malaysia. So that's why we're waiting for the chance to find a fight in MMA.
For coach and president of Sarawak Mixed Martial Arts Association, Sun Niang Kai, he believes that the future is bright for both Teng and Teo in the combat sport. And he is confident that with more exposure and extensive training, both could go very far.
For both of them, they are just 21 years old this year. And when they started training with me, I see them that they have great potential and they can go very, very far. They can be champions, they can be world champions, but one step at a time. We're going to train and have them more exposure. So that's what we see.
Following the recent successes of Sarawakian athletes in combat sports such as mixed martial arts MMA, President of Sarawak MMA Association Sun Niang Kai believes that Sarawak has the untapped talents of budding fighters and the potential to produce the next champions in the sports category.
Yeah, to actually fighting, the contact sports athletes, you just need to have more exposure, going out, selling out, and being Sarawakian, and we dare to go out the next step and try internationally, because I have faith in my fighters, my athletes, and our training programs, and actually we are very strong headhunters. So we are land of warriors. We are descendants of warriors here. So yeah, we can actually go out internationally and prove that we are very truly strong and humble, and try to learn. We are willing to learn, willing to explore.
He added there are many Sarawakian athletes currently in similar sports such as Muay Thai, boxing and Wushu, which he noted is an excellent base for them to explore and transition into MMA as it retains similar fighting elements.
BMI, a Fitch Solutions company, has revised its forecast for Malaysia's real gross domestic product GDP growth to 4% in 2023, down from 4.2% previously. The firm said the weaker than expected reading for the second quarter of the year was due to the ongoing impact of weakening global demand and tight monetary conditions. The latest revision comes following the updated data released by Bank Negara Malaysia, which showed a sharp decline from 5.6% year-on-year in the first quarter of the year to 2.9% in the second quarter of 2023.
It said further analysis on the latest GDP figures showed an uptick in investments' contribution to real GDP growth from 0.9 percentage points in the first quarter to 1.1 pp in the second quarter. However, BMI expects this momentum to be short-lived as high borrowing costs will weigh on domestic and foreign businesses' appetite to borrow and invest. BMI said Malaysia's economic resilience was mainly driven by consumption, but it expects this strength to falter as the image of tight monetary conditions fits through the economy. BMI added that beyond domestic challenges, it maintained the view that weakness in global demand will keep a lid on Malaysia's export performance for this year. It noted that Malaysia's export sector had contracted further from 3.3% in the first quarter of 2023 to 9.4% in the second quarter on weak global demand.
At least 16 people will perish while 36 others were injured in a tragic bus accident in the Mexican state of Oaxaca. Authorities said the bus, carrying mostly Mexican and Venezuelan migrants, had collided with a trailer truck in the early hours on Tuesday. It was learned that the 52 passengers traveling on the bus had appointments to seek legal entry to the United States. Thousands of migrants fleeing poverty, violence and political crisis seek to reach the U.S. via Mexico each year, and such crashes are a leading cause of deaths among migrants making the perilous journey to the United States. Earlier in August, at least 18 people were killed when a bus carrying foreign migrants and Mexicans plummeted into a ravine in the northwestern state of Nayarit. While in February, a bus crash between Oaxaca and the central state of Puebla left at least 17 people dead. And that's the quarter-hour update on News at 5. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching. Mm-hmm.